What's up, everyone? This is Media Famous for Famous Games, and today we're reviewing and looking at a game called One Finger Death Punch. It's made by a company called Silver Dollar Games. It's available on Steam right around $5-ish. Don't let that deter you, the cheap price deter you, or even the appearance of it at first. It's a highly addicting game. It's more or less a, let's say, a pattern, color recognition kind of game where you only lose your left and your right mouse buttons. It's kind of like Guitar Hero in that sense, where you just see the screen and you click the according buttons what you need to do. It doesn't get boring per se. It looks like it would get boring, but there's a lot of patterns and different kind of patterns. Each enemy, the normal one only takes one hit to take out, but there are special enemies that take two or a different pattern of the mouse buttons. And there's also what they call a brawler, which enters a different menu completely, and you have to hit the corresponding keys, buttons, there's mouse buttons, to beat that brawler. It's kind of like a boss, but not necessarily a boss. It's just mixed in there. The game overall is highly addicting. You'll start playing the game, and an hour will go by, and you're still playing it. And it's a great time killer, but like I said, it's addicting. So you'll start playing it, and all of a sudden, 2 hours have gone by, and all you've been doing is playing One Finger Death Punch. The graphics are really basic, but because of that, the stick figures and stuff, it's very fluid. Like you see on the screen, it's all very fluid. If you get a bunch of enemies at once, it doesn't reset the character. It actually just keeps moving into different kung fu moves as you're fighting them. For that reason, if you have a base computer, necessarily a gaming computer or just a laptop or any kind of computer, you're probably going to be able to play this game, no problem. It's a very basic game, very fast download off Steam, and overall pretty fun. There is two modes with it. There's survival, which I'm playing right now on the screen. Basically, you just keep on going until you die. It does change modes, like you see right now. This is a light sword mode, which is kind of like a lightsaber, but it basically keeps on coming in and out. With survival mode, what happens is after you progress for so many enemies, these modes change. If you die in this mode, you just go back to the original mode and keep on progressing in survival. There is other modes where you progress along a map. There's different game types throughout the map. There is mob style, which gives you a preset amount of enemies you have to beat before the match is over. There's obviously a boss level where it's just one guy, but it's a different pattern. And he does change different enemies, as in you'll see the blue guys take a different pattern of hits, red guys take a different pattern of hits, and so forth. As you progress in the story mode, you start acquiring more enemies and more patterns. The mob alternates with those enemies, but the boss level, what that does is the same guy will change colors. That's meaning that he might be a pattern this time, and the next time he's a different pattern, and you have to keep on going through until his life is end, and then you win that round. There's quite a bit of levels. There's a beginner level, and there's intermediate and hard. I don't really know if that's necessarily the name of the levels. They might change it, but basically that's the drift of it. As you progress, you do move along the map. I noticed the map is a little bit confusing, just because there's not like a preset path you can take. It kind of splits off and goes one way and then comes back. So it's kind of hard I think that you don't want. I want to keep on progressing and not miss a level. I find myself having to go back and trying to find where I split off and then go back the other way in that split. So that was a little bit confusing on my end, but overall didn't really affect the gameplay. Really addicting game. Really recommend it to download on Steam. Great time killer between other games you're playing, or if you don't have a lot of time to play major gameplay around of Call of Duty or any of that nature, Arma, you want to get into a mission on Arma. Don't have time for that, but you have time, you want to play a game or two, you don't want to play a stupid Facebook game or anything like that. This is a great game to do that with. But like I said, beware, it's very addicting and it'll take your time away. and before you know it, it'll be 3 o'clock in the morning, and you wouldn't get your college work done or your homework done if you're still in high school or anywhere else. And but overall, it's a great game. I recommend it. I give it 2 thumbs up. This has been Media Famous for Famous Gaming. You've been watching One Finger Death Punch. Check it out on Steam. You guys have a great night.